I'll read. So, in true Canny Drifters fashion, I'm going to start with the apologies. It would be rude not to have an apology at the start of every video. So, I'm at the campsite. I'm going to spare you from the buzzy microphone, external microphone, mainly because I've left it back at the ranch. I'm using a Surface Go here, Microsoft Surface Go, so hopefully the internal mic's going to hold up and it's going to sound okay, but you'll have to sort of bear with me with the fan noise. The fan noises on these things are horrendous. They're like fighter jet engines. It doesn't seem to stop either, it just continuously whizzes. I don't know if there's something wrong with it or if it's on its way out, but I haven't had it that long, so it better not be on its way out. Anyhow, onto the other thing is, sorry, I forgot to mention, I'm running Each Way Sniper on this laptop as well, and it's still running. I didn't want to turn it off and then have to log back in all the bookies accounts. So it's still running. So if we flick onto that screen during the video, I do apologise. It's just trying to place an Each Way Sniper bet, because it's obviously still running in the background. It can sometimes flick over onto the screen. I am running on a VPS here, so I'm not so sure if it'll do that or not. Anyhow, I've moved on to, I don't know if you remember the last video, but it was really unresponsive, so I've moved on to a faster VPS. I had another VPS spun up. This one's got 6 gig instead of 4 gig. But one thing, it might not have just been the speed of the VPS, because I have realised that I had a lot of history. I had a few months worth of history in Betfair Bot Manager of the bets and results, because in this tab here it does keep a list of all the bets and all the results, which you can export out, which you should probably periodically clear down. So when we go back into this sheet here, into the strategies, you can actually see it's still reporting 4,396 bets in total, but when I drop this down here, you can see it's the 14th, which is today. And if I go all the way down this list here, it only goes down to the 10th, because that's when I renewed. That's when I moved over to the new VPS. Now, just talking about renewed there, I've actually renewed the BF Bot Manager license. So I've got that for another year. I got it for 119 quid, 112, I think. For some reason PayPal took some money off. I'm not sure why, but it worked out quite cheap actually. It was less than £10 a month, so that's not so bad. Paying up front for the year. So you can see here it only goes down to the 10th, so I've lost all the historical bets in this screen, but there's still, I exported them because I had an inkling that was going to happen anyway, so I exported them into a spreadsheet, and I want to come onto that shortly, the spreadsheet in this update. As you can see, I've got a nice new strategy here, and I'll go on to that one a little bit later on. And it's just an idea based on the data I exported from this one when I changed VPS. So if we look at the red, then you can see we've reset. Sorry, not Mullingar. We've only seemed to have had one meet there ever. I'm trying to think of what I've reset recently. We'll have a look at the spreadsheet to see what we've reset recently. I think Hove's been reset again, but I'm not sure if that was on the last update or not. But if we go into the green, Crayfed, I had to Crayfed yesterday ended on a cliffhanger, so that's at 0. So I've reset it for today. I don't know if there's any meat at Crayfed today, but there's no history in there because I reset it last night. Because, like I say, the last race at Crayfed yesterday it lost. But if I move along the end, you can see we've made £72.50 out of Crayfed, £90 out of Central Park, Harlow. We've lost no other green ones. We've still just lost Newcastle, Nottingham, and Romford, and I haven't had any new ones in, so we've still just got the 10. I think the last one we added back in was Monmore. Have been toying with adding Kinsley in, but I know some people in the past have had problems with Kinsley, but it seems to be going pretty well in the red at the moment, which is here. It's 19 out of 21, so it's 90%. There's only 2 out of the 21 lost. I'm still in two minds as to whether to add it in. I mean, the worst thing in the world for us at the minute is probably losing another green track, because obviously it's somewhere between £40 and £80 loss. And as we're doing so well, I'd rather just crack on steadily, just move on steadily rather than try to put too many in here and then losing a few. So if I go into the spreadsheet, I'll show you the resets first because I've just been talking about them. So this is ones that I've lost recently. So you can see on the 12th we had two, which was Monmore and Hove. Now Monmore lost in the red, and we have got that one in the green, but the green didn't fail, only the red. And the reason for that is I've added this new column just to do some more further documentation. You can see these red ones where the green didn't fail. These are where I think we've been particularly lucky, whereby obviously they failed in the red, but they haven't failed in the green. Now, I didn't record the reasons historically, but I'm starting to record the reasons now. And the reason it failed in the red is because it was two races in a row that only had 5 dogs. I checked on the races that failed in the red on Monmore. I don't know whether to change the red to say, only put a bet on if there's 6 dogs. I'm not sure yet. I just wanted to get as many bets on in the red as possible. I'm only betting 2 pence anyway, so it's not really a major issue. As long as it doesn't fail in the green, I suppose. We'd lost Hove on the 12th as well, and that only done. That was 0% there, as you can see. What happened there is we turned Hove back on and we lost the first 2. It won none out of 2. So Hove last lost on the 8th. There was probably no more meets until the 12th. And on the 12th, it lost the first 2. So I think Hove, that's also a count of 4 since the 1st of April. Because this spreadsheet I've only started since the 1st of April. Now, that's, like I say, 4 already for Hove. Hold on, let me see, 3. 1, 2. Okay, so it's only 3. Oh, sorry, that's the duration. I'm not. Sorry, my fault. Yeah, we've had 3 failures for Hove already, and Toaster for that matter in April. So they're 2 tracks I would probably never consider putting into the green, just purely because there's too many. There's too many failures in the red. It just seems to be a couple of tracks there, Toaster and Hove, which just don't appeal at all. They're just losing far too many times, and to switch to reset Hove and come back on at the next meeting, win none out of 2, lose your first 2. I mean, it might just be extremely unlucky, but it is back on now in the red anyway, so we'll see how long it lasts this time. But you can see here it lasted 4 days. What we can't tell from that is how many meets there were in between. What I suspect was the last meet at Hove was on the 8th, up here, and then the next one was the 12th. I might be wrong there, but if there was anything in between, we didn't get on any races. We didn't get any bets on because it was 0 out of 2 when it failed again. And then yesterday we lost Nottingham, and that's currently paused in the green because we'd already lost that in the green, so that's not an issue really. Again, I've just reset that one and switched it back on. When we lost Nottingham there, you can see there it was 56 out of 65. So 86%, which is below our 89/90%. 89 is the yardstick if we go back and look at our main red. If I go back up here, sorry. If we look at our main red dog forecast lay here, is you can see here 89%, which is those 2 numbers there. It'll be slightly more than 89. For some reason, this column doesn't go into decimal places. It always just puts 0.00. Something to maybe be aware of. Only show a whole number for some reason, but we know it's 89 point something. Okay, so that's that sheet on the spreadsheet. If we go into the profit then, you can see the last few days we've just been plodding along really nicely. You can see on the 11th, I can't remember when the last update was. If I go back to Monday, which is the start of the week, we got £12 profit. Tuesday we got £29 profit, Wednesday 20, and then yesterday 15. And what I've been doing, I've still been what I've been doing since the 1st of April, I've still been taking out this amount of money every single day out of Betfair Exchange. There shouldn't be any repercussions for doing that because it's not like a bookies whereby they might see that as sort of some kind of issue on your account and flag it up and then go be or close your account for doing so. So I've just been doing that. So since so you can see our total profit there then is £474 since we started doing this. If what I did see was that if I go back to the top of this list, you can see we started on the 10th of March. So it was actually a month old on the 10th of April, the strategy, which is here. So on the 10th of April, or even the 9th, we'd made just about £400 in the month, which is brilliant, to be honest. It's better than I was expecting, because especially after those 2 days there, and still to this day they're the only 2 days that we had real bad luck, if you like. Or alternatively, if your glass is half full or half empty, you might say that every other day other than those two we've had really good luck. And that's still the underlying issue with this strategy. It is high risk, but that's where we're at, to be honest. So if I just highlight this month then, from the 1st of April, what you can actually see is we've had a total of £249 profit, and I've actually taken that amount of money out of my Betfair account, and in essence, the Betfair account hasn't dropped. It's actually gone up a little bit because I've been betting on horse racing trading on horse racing and football with other strategies. Like, for example, my exponential bets come out of the horse racing, which seems to be doing a bit better this month, although I haven't got the figures for that yet. Doing a bit better than March. So if I pop this up here, you can see I've made 13 withdrawals then, one for each day of the month. It's Friday the 14th today, by the way. We've taken a total of £249.24 out, which on average is £19.17. So we've been taking out on average nearly £20 a day out of Betfair Exchange using this strategy, which is beyond what I was expecting, to be honest. Considering we're not doing anything, we're just letting it run in the background. I'm spending about 2 or 3 minutes on a night time just going through the green tracks to see if there's any cliffhangers, and then just resetting those if there are. And then additional on top of that, I'm doing some of the admin to populate this spreadsheet, like the resets. If there's any red things to any red tracks to reset, I'll reset them and just populate the figures in the spreadsheet. But that's something I don't actually need to do. I'm only doing that for these videos. Ordinarily, I wouldn't do that, and if obviously you're doing this, you might not do that either. But I like to keep a track of things so that we can make informed, if you like, for want of a better word, informed decisions on the way forward. So that's where I'm at the moment. 14th of April today, and I've taken that much money out. And I think if one or two of these fail on the green, the idea is probably just to stop. And then by the end of April, I might make a decision. I might actually start from scratch on the 1st of May, and maybe it's the 1st of each month. I'm not sure about that, or whether I'll just keep it running. I don't know. And then keep a track of each month at a time, because this is going to get into a huge list. I've already got March and April in here, well, from March the 10th anyway. So I just need to make a decision on what I'm going to do. I might treat it as a monthly source of income if I reset it each month. I do need to make a decision in the next 2 weeks on that before we get to the end of April. So that's the current update. I did mention I've exported all the 4,000 results into a separate sheet, and I've done some analysis on that now. So if you keep an eye out for the next video, which should be available pretty soon, I'll go through what I've found from that, or what the results show at the minute. And it will show, I'm trying to get it BF Bot Manager here and won't go in. Right, okay. So it will show the sort of birth of this strategy here and why this one's here at the minute. But you can see that the strike rate is 96%, won 27 out of 28. And the analysis from the first 4,000 results here will show exactly why I'm toying with this one at the moment in test. This is just in test at the moment. Okay, that's for that update. So I'll keep that as a little cliffhanger for you all to keep an eye out for that video. That'll explain that. And that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Cheers now. Bye.